That's how serious this quality control matter is.
Okay, you know, for me, no, from my standpoint, when I come to work on a Saturday morning, I have to discover or uncover or whatever the same mistakes that people on Thursday and Friday made because I had 2 days off. And when Clem shows up on Monday morning, he has to do the same thing, rediscover whatever's wrong because there's no ironclad system of actually going and, oh, here's what happened yesterday. And it's like the quality reports only go to the department heads.
Okay, but
Well,
John, answer this for me.
but I only see my department head maybe once every 2 weeks.
No, well, that's going to stop.
Well, that's because, no, that's just the nature of my
That's
shift.
The department head is in your studio every day. Wait a minute. Answer this for me then. Why don't the engineers write up all the screw-ups that occur on the air?
For the most part, they do.
No, because you know what? You're doing something else and you don't know what happened. That's the excuse I get from the department. I see mistakes all the time, and they're not written up.
Well,
And you know what?
If you look at my report, I write everything up, do I
John,
not?
you don't. John, I watch this television station every waking hour of the day, and you don't even do it. And you write it up better than most other people do.
But there,
Why
if some
wasn't-
things are a mistake, though,
John, why wasn't the screw-up in the 5 o'clock news on the quality control report last night?
my shift doesn't start till 5:30. You have to
No,
tell me
but-
what it
but
was.
Why wasn't it on?
What was the mistake, though? I don't know. What
Well,
was it?
there are ladies in the audience. A foul 7, one of the 7 deadly words, was transmitted over the air on this television station and live at 5. And it went through 3 sources before it got on the air.
Was it in the commercial or in
It
a?
was in the telephone feedback deal.
Well, okay,
And
but
it's, you know what? It's a violation of our license. This station is subject to a fine, to viewer criticism, letters to the editor, and 3 people let it go by. I can't tolerate that. Why wasn't it written up?
well, I wasn't here. I can't
That
speak for
wasn't
them.
written up like a lot of other things that aren't written up. And that's going to stop. S-T-O-P. Please continue. This is enlightening.
Well, you know, I'm just giving you from my viewpoint. You know, I can't speak for what happens in other shows. You know, and it's like I say, as far as
I'm going to do a quality control report on the days you're working.
fine,
We'll match yours with mine,
okay,
okay?
but you can't fault me if
No, but
some.
don't do this to everybody else without looking at yourself.
Oh,
Fair's fair.
I'm not saying I don't make mistakes.
Diane, please.
I'm not saying I don't make mistakes. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I could catch more mistakes if I was given information. If I had an advanced program log, okay, which might be there today, but on an ordinary basis is not. Okay, I happen to read advanced program logs for the weekend, so I know what I'm doing. That's why I know the Simpsons aren't on at 5 o'clock this weekend, because I read my advanced program
This is a
logs.
playoff game.
Actually, it's we're running a 2.5-hour SFM holiday thing. The week
Long
after
break
is a
line.
playoff game.
It is. Long break line.
But anyway, that's beside the point. I read mine, that's why I know that is wrong.
Well, your department head meeting is making feverish notes over here about your concerns, and you will have a direct response. Okay,
But-
from me and from him.
But,
What else do you have to talk about? Because we can't, talking about productivity, we can't hold everybody up here.
all right, well, that's
Keep going.
fine.
You
No,
got
no, no, that's fine. That's fine. We, you know,
Who else has got something to say?
Probably not as entertaining as John, but I have a question.
No, John's, don't misunderstand me.
No, I don't.
You know, because I might get a sharp edge to my response to John. John is sincere in what he's
if I
trying to do.
didn't care, I wouldn't
And
be
I want
voicing
everybody
them.
else in this room to be as severe and as sincere and severe, and that's fine. And John deserves an answer. And if John isn't getting an answer, then we're going to correct it. I wish more of you would have the spirit. You know, John and I don't always agree. We don't, but that's fine. Go ahead.
My question is, as in sales and with the whole station, I believe if we issue a coverage map, that we should be in certain areas that we say we are. And we were in Grand Rapids last week, and I know that there are different grades of signals, We talked to a client that could never see our station, and I find this to be a repeating problem that, and I understand why Channel 10 is stronger in certain areas, but one of the things that I guess I've heard in the 7 years I've been here is that we do have a problem because of some FM radio interference.
That's right.
And and correct me if I'm wrong, but there is something that can be done, a small purchase of a part that can be put on.
We did it.
I thought it was to be installed on people's individual televisions.
There are both, on the cable head ends and on the individual
I
television.
think if there's a promotional thing that needs to be done sometime in 1991, it should be on this line, because I tell you what, it's awful difficult to make a sales presentation when, if it's something that can be simply fixed, like notifying the public.
You tell us who the individual is whose television set can't get Channel 6. And Bob Wilmers personally will go to that individual's home and put a filter on it.
That's
the way to solve it.
That's fine, but there's a mass amount of people out there that salespeople, news people aren't in contact with that are potential viewers. So I think we should have a promotional campaign. Or somehow, maybe you don't want that over the air.
That's right, I don't want to go over the air. You know, that's like taking a date to the prom. And she's got a pimple on her jaw. You don't want to talk about that all night long. You know, and I don't want to do that over the air either.
But then you could do a local, one.
We could do it in the local Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Pillar of Truth, whatever the newspaper is up there. We could address it that way. Bob Wilmore swears to me, because it's not the first time you brought it up. We have an FM interference problem in Grand Rapids. We have an FM interference problem down somewhere in Wisconsin because of the Indian reservation. And why in God's name, knowing that the FCC allocates FM stations adjacent to our frequency, did the original intellectuals that put this television station on the air agree to go on Channel 6 when there were other channels available? And there were at that time. Channel 6 is the worst goddamn frequency you can have in broadcasting. And every Channel 6 station pays thousands of dollars a year to the Association of Maximum Telecasters to lobby the FCC to stop granting FM frequencies that are right on top of Channel 6. And those horses patoots at the FCC keep going right on granting licenses that give us interference. So, you know, it's a catch-22. We'll respond to your particular problem, because how the hell can you sell the guy if you can't see us? You can't do it. You're not Spider-Man. John, I forgot to come back to your question.
It seemed kind of clear to me that things were going both ways with this conversation we were having earlier. But it also seemed to me that perhaps sometimes people in John's position weren't aware of all the efforts that were going on to correct some of the problems he was talking about. And as you said, I'm sure his concerns are well-founded. I have daily marching orders from Bob Coltop to go over the operational report every day, first thing in the morning. And Carrie and I went over it this morning, and I think she had her first mistake in about 6 days. And that was with one transponder announcement being in the wrong